kiss goodnight. How did that light get on?
I want to see what you're doing.
Hey, I thought you said you liked me.
I do like you, but what happened to that sweet, shy man I met at the church social? Ooh. Ronaldo. You didn't learn that in church.
That sure was a terrible movie. Oh, you just mad because they tried to sell you a senior citizen's ticket. Hey, what's he doing? Graffiti. And on my building. Hey, you! Stop that! Stop it! You heard her! Stop that! Let go of me. Nobody does that to my building.
What's going on out here?
We got this no-good spray and paint on the building.
Shame on you.
Oh, mind your own business, old lady.
Don't you call me old.
Wait a minute, ladies. At least let's try to talk to Picasso here. Talk to him? Mary, you wasting your time trying to talk to kids these days.
Hey, I'm getting out of here.
No, you don't. I want to talk to you.
About what?
Do you know what happens every time you write on a building?
Sure, my friends see my tag.
You want to see my tag?
Your tag is ugly.
Ugly?
Yes, ugly. It runs the neighborhood down. It also sends your parents' insurance up and their property values down. Nobody wants to buy in a neighborhood where they see all those stupid tags. You kids are turning the community into a trash museum. That's right. And I work hard to keep my building nice, and I'm not going to let punks like you come along and mess it up.
Oh, you just wasting your breath. Why don't you call the police? And while we waiting, I'll whip his butt.
Hey, you're all crazy.
Don't you call me crazy.
Ah, look what you did. I'm getting out of here.
Wait a minute. Now look what you've done. Ronaldo's faded. I know one thing. He wouldn't have gotten away if you hadn't butted in. Butted in? Watch my lips. Butted in.
Oh. Hey, there's a man trying to sleep in here.
How can you sleep at a time like this?
The fact that it's midnight may have something to do with it.
Lester, we just caught a kid spraying paint on the building and Mary let him get away.
You caught him doing it?
Darn right, and I bopped him in the head for it.
I wish you had been there, Lester.
Yeah, at least he wouldn't have gotten away.
Are you saying you could have handled it better?
Now, baby, come on. Even if I thought that, I wouldn't say it in front of you.
Well, I'll say it. One more minute, Mary would have bought him a suit, kissed him on the cheek, and sent him off to college. Well, at least I tried to talk to him. Oh, girl, he wasn't listening to a thing you said. He was, too. I could tell by his eyes. He'll probably tell his friends, and maybe they'll listen to him. Oh, goodbye, Mary Jenkins. Hello, Mary Poppins.
There are graffiti's everywhere. We're starting a new building, and we got kids standing in line with spray cans before we can get a wall up.
I still say we ought to call the police.
And what are the police going to do, Pearl? Run a make on the graffiti? Well, at least they can do something if we can identify him. He was tall. He was short.
Well, what I saw was the top of his head, and that was flat after I bopped him.
I'm going to bed.
Well, I tell you one thing. I'm not going to let this drop. They attacked you.
Yeah, they hurt my neck. They claim I wrote on that building.
Well, did you?
Of course not. They're the ones who wrote on me.
Well, what building was it?
227.
Well, I tell you one thing. I'm not going to let this drop. Looks like a R. No, that's a P. P-L-U-D. Must be one of them gang names, like the Knights.
On the plug.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, babe. Calvin, what does that say?
Oh, that says plug, Grandma.
Well, what's a plug?
Beats me. Maybe I ought to find this guy and have a talk with him. How big was he?
Not too big.
Then I'll definitely have a talk with him.
Why do kids always get blamed for everything? Look what's happening in Brazil. The lumber companies are cutting down all the trees. And once the rainforest is gone, our oxygen is gone. And once the oxygen is gone, we're gone.
She'll be all right. She had an ecology class today.
Why would anybody want to do something like this?
Well, maybe it's a cry for help.
Well, if I ever catch him, he'll cry for help, all right.
Hey, Grandma, some kids have heavy problems at home.
Well, why don't he spray paint on his own house?
Come on, Brent. I'll treat you to a root beer.
All right.
Do you have any money?
That's real romantic, Calvin.
Well, I'd like to find the jerk that ruined my building. It looks so awful.
Sure does. You ought to lower my rent.
You know, Pearl, I don't remember kids ever having as many problems as they do today.
Good afternoon, lovely ladies.
What's so good about it? You see what some rotten kid did?
What you expect? That's what you get for hiring non-union painters.
Frank, do you have some mail for us?
I'm all the beer you ever need, Mama.
I'm not talking about junk mail.
Okay. You got it. All right. But I got something for you. Something very official, something very important, and something very interesting.
They'll never move you to express mail.
One for you, and one for you, my little darling.
If you're waiting for a tip, Frank, I got a tip for you. Don't wait.
Don't worry, Mama. I will leave you now. I want to see your face after you open that letter.
Ooh, all the nerve. What? Listen to this. That poor, misguided young man you tried to reach out to is suing us for assault. This is a summons to appear in court. Why, that lousy... What are you looking at, Nosy?
He can't sue us. We were just trying to protect our property.
That's right.
Well, you better have a witness.
Witness.
Afternoon, lady.
Sandra, you were there. You can tell them what happened last night.
Between me and Ronaldo? That's personal, Mary. It was also nothing.
I'm not talking about your tete-a-tete in the Toyota. I'm talking about the graffiti on the building.
Sandra, tell Frank what you saw.
Yeah, tell him how that kid bad-mouthed us.
I didn't see that.
Well, tell him how he spray-painted the building.
I didn't see that.
Then what did you see?
I saw you grab him. I saw you hit him on the head. And I saw you spray paint all over his chest. Did I say something wrong?